Yeah, first of all, I'd like to thank Julie and the Change to Twin group for inviting us here to speak today and to give our experience of working with SMEs. So, yeah, my name is Frank Doyle. I'm a lecturer with the Technical University of the Shannon, which is based in Limerick in Ireland. Limerick, as you can see here, is based on the Midwest of Ireland. We have it's kind of famous, the Wild Atlantic Way, which is one of the longest tourist routes in Europe, at least anyway, over 2,500 kilometers. If you feel like coming for a drive around, call into us sometime if you're on the way. So I'm a senior researcher with the IDEAM Reseach Institute. IDEAM stands for the Irish Digital Engineering and Advanced Manufacturing Research Institute. And we are partners with the Factory Exchange, which is an EDI, or European Digital Innovation Hub. Some of these logos here are representing some of the projects and, the entities that we have. So IS for Prod, as Tor mentioned, or it was Moritz mentioned, the I4MS, we had projects in there. So IS for Prod is our digital innovation hub. It was established in 2004 and focuses on the development of smart, sustainable factories in line with Industry 4.0. We have an expertise in data monitoring and analytics and industrial control systems, as well as automation and energy efficiency and production. So we've had over 120 research projects with industry, including 90 with SMEs. Our IDEAM Research Centre supports the digital transformation of Irish industry. So let's focus on this, which includes the adoption of Industry 4.0, 5.0, AI, computing continuum, data analytics, digital twins, and cognitive robotics. This has a foundation, data-driven decision-making based on the application of cyber-physical systems which connect processes, people, machines, and products to each other. So it's core that we need a supply of data, ideally real-time data, and without that we can't make decisions of value. The Research Centre has brought in 44 million euros in collaborative research funding since 2019, with 10 million of that awarded directly to IDEAM, and this has been involved with over 30 industry-based digitalization projects. The IDEAM Research Centre also has within it an industry cluster. So this industry cluster supports manufacturing SMEs directly, so we have about 30 members at the moment, to improve productivity and competitiveness through digitalization. So this is funded under the Regional Technology Cluster Fund and assists manufacturing in digital transformation and Industry 4.0 by analysing their digitalization and innovation needs, identifying gaps in knowledge and key skill requirements, and partnering with the university initiatives to support development and internationalization. So those last few slides were about the Research Centre Digital Innovation Hub, so the different entities which we have which can work with SMEs, but we need to get the SMEs on board. So this is looking at how do we actually do that. So as Tor mentioned earlier on, a digital twin can be seen as a representation of a physical entity which will allow you make decisions. However, a digital twin could be seen as Peter just mentioned, something that's very sophisticated with a lot of simulation capabilities and advanced techniques that aren't available to most entities. But it could also be argued that it could be as simple as an Excel file, which has a model which is fed by data that allows you make decisions based on whatever is happening within an organization, a process, a machine, or a factory, whatever. However, the challenge is that the SMEs, when they hear digital twin, in their perception, they have the more sophisticated model in mind. And their first answer is really, digital twin, I don't need it. Because they're thinking it's way above what they actually need in their own experience. So we have to work with the SMEs to gain their trust and to get them on board so that they will participate with us in digitalization projects at a lower level and digital twins at a higher level. We do this through our cluster and through through our Digital Innovation Hub by facilitation of peer-to-peer sharing experiences, dissemination of best practice from industry leaders. So we get SMEs in the room together maybe once a month. They get to tell stories of the challenges that they're happening in running their own organizations. And it could be different problems. And it's in the discussion of how companies solve these that they get value from being involved with us and with the cluster. We share case studies of past digitalization projects. We gather and present testimonials from projects. These testimonials can be written, but they can also be in video format. And we act as brokers for national and EU funding opportunities. So the cluster activities with SMEs is what brought our SMEs into the Change to Twin environment. So we had 4 SMEs who were involved in the assessment side of the project, and 2 who were awarded the deployment vouchers. We also coordinate business-to-business connections and collaborations, and we have a certificate in leadership in digitalization of manufacturing. So this is a course which runs for 2 hours, maybe for 10 weeks, where we have leaders in different organizations come and present the success that they've had in implementing projects in their own organizations or demonstrating tools that they use as well. This is to leaders and different engineers, CEOs in organizations. And this is seen to be quite of value to people who are being on it. So I'm just showing some of the project impacts of previous projects. So yeah, so there's a lot of different projects we've had, and we always try and have a focus on delivering value. So the value has to be tangible for the organization in KPI metrics that are meaningful to that organization. So typically improvement in productivity, reduction in scrap, improvements in OEE, throughput. Yeah, okay. And here are we've just a couple of examples of digital twin projects which were run in recent times. So this is one which was a simulation optimization to improve the performance of an automated manufacturing line. This was done with Johnson & Johnson Vision Care, so a company in Limerick which make approximately 4.5 billion contact lenses every year. So this, the focus of this project was on a high volume element of the production line known as a tray loading system. And the project looked at improving its operation by looking at the number of products arriving, service times, and probability distributions for reliability and repair. So genetic algorithms were used in the analysis of data and simulations which were run in order to come up with the output of this. The lead time for building this production line is in the region of 20 months, and the savings gained through this project meant that there was approximately 4 to 5 months of an improvement in the lead time. And with a production capability of €2 million per month, that was a significant win through this through this project. The next project then was with a much smaller organization. It was a precision engineering SME, where the company making parts for the aviation and car industry, were struggling to control their delivery times to their supplier, to their customers, because they were sending parts out to get plated, and they couldn't control when that would come back. So they decided to build their own. A model was built using visual components. So we see on top the model of the plating line, and the bottom the real finished production. So the model was built before the production. Simulations were run, and bottlenecks were identified, which were then modified to reduce bottlenecks. Energy use was improved, and wasted human activity moving around was eliminated as well. So on the top there, you can see the simulation. On the bottom, the real production floor. This white wall here was originally planned to be about 3 to 4 meters further in this direction, because it was felt that that space was going to be needed. The simulations identified that that wasn't needed, and so a savings in floor space was gained that way as well. Okay, and then just to finish up, we also host industry events on site, which are purely business to business events. So technology suppliers such as Siemens, CNC providers, CNC machines, Fanuc, come deliver, and display their equipment. SMEs in the region can come and ask questions directly, and we have guest lectures by the leaders, by the suppliers, and we have business-to-business matchmaking sessions as well.